two settings will help you get zero ping on your Xbox. First thing you want to do is go over to your Xbox settings. So how we're going to do that is go to your profile and system and go down to the settings. Once you're here, you should be on the first tab, General. That's where you want to be, and make sure to scroll over to the network settings. When you click that, it's going to prompt you all of these options right here. We're going to go all the way to the advanced settings on this tab. So you're going to be greeted with 5 options right here. Make sure you actually click the second one. It's the DNS settings. On most Xboxes, it is going to be set on automatic, but we're actually going to change this to manual. Now, personally for me, I am on the West Coast, so I do use Google's DNS server, and I'll show you guys that right now for those of you that are on the West Coast. However, if you aren't on the West Coast, if you might be on the East Coast or maybe in another country, you guys can actually Google best DNS server and your region, and you guys should have a couple of options. You guys should definitely play around with those numbers and the servers. Like Cloudflare, I believe, is also a very good one for East Coast servers as well. But don't take my word on it. Do your research and put in the right DNS server. But for those of you guys that are on the West Coast in the United States, it's 8.8.8.8. So that's 4 8s on the primary. And then the second one is going to be 8.8.4.4. So that's an 8844 secondary DNS server. As for the second tip, I highly recommend for those of you that are struggling with high ping and very high lag spikes to actually get an Ethernet cable. For those of you guys that don't know what an Ethernet cable is, it's basically a wired connection that goes from your router / modem all the way to your Xbox, and it makes your Wi-Fi a lot smoother. You drop a lot less frames when you are playing these games, and I highly recommend it for those of you that don't have an Ethernet cable. I actually do have one. It's like one of the first links in my bio. I did find the cheapest one for your guys' sake. I do know that you guys are trying to get the lowest ping possible on a budget, of course. So I did find a very cheap link on Amazon that you guys can go ahead and actually buy some Ethernet cables. Depending on how far your modem is from your Xbox, there's also certain footage that you guys should buy. But that's what I use, and that's what actually gets me to zero ping on all my Xbox games.